Are there any previously undisclosed bits of information that you would like us to place on record so that the details are not lost forever?
No, I won't tell you. Well, some of the things that happened, are losses, for instance. During the war, you win and you lose. Some of the losses were not right. They were due to tactical errors, due to inexperience. And you can't go to war with this type of inexperience. But as I told you, we had trained people there, and the people who went for training had to come in and join us. So you had a group of people who were trained and who were not trained. And the price we paid for it was quite heavy. And people realized it. That was one. Second thing is that Pakistan had a radar system, interception system, air defense system, with ability to detect, identify, intercept and destroy. We didn't have it. So it was an asymmetric situation where they had a great advantage in being able to catch us, identify us and intercept. And we had to just roam around and as you see them with your eyes, take them on. These are big factors which influenced the outcome of the war, not the outcome of the war, but the attrition that took place on our side, which could have been much less.
Can you tell us any anecdotes that will otherwise be forgotten?
Oh, I'll have to think about that one. I won't be able to give it to you straight off. But I told you one about the 101 coming, 104 coming. Now I'll carry a bigger story about that. So when I went to the gunners, I scolded them and I said, look, you saw those two aircraft coming. Why didn't you shoot? So they said, very sorry sir, army chaps, very sorry sir. Now, 2-3 hours later, a MiG-21 flown by Nadkarni started coming to land. They opened fire on it. And I was yelling, that's not them. Yes, sir, you said fire at everything you see. So this is one of the silly things that happened over there. Then there were paratroopers. Pakistan had dropped paratroopers. And we were guarding the airfield and one person opened fire. Then everyone started firing at everybody. And actually it was just a misfire by one person. These things happen in war. They're very amusing. But in actual fact, they're very dangerous and disturbing. Because we are all deployed in the jungle, in the trenches, sitting down and waiting for the aircraft or the call.
Anything between you and your brother that you want to tell us?
No, we were great friends. He's first among equals. We've all got Veer Chakras, but he got the first one. So we call him first with our equals. He's no more, but his family is here and I meet them regularly. And he certainly carried the honors of the war that time. But he was a very naughty chap, very mischievous chap, doing smoke and everything that you don't think of. When he was alive, he was a very jolly chap.
But on a different note, what is your view on the Henderson-Brooks report? Should it be made public in an eternity? What was the reason for its seclusion from the public?
See, it's a very important question you're asking. Firstly, it should have been made public because it gave a detailed account of the failures, political failures, military leadership failures, tactical failures, strategic failures which led to this debacle. We all know it, but I don't feel any reason why people shouldn't are ashamed to show it. If it was in the armed forces' hand, it would have been shown. But because it is highly political, that war was lost by Mr. Nehru. Started and lost. He relied on diplomacy and neglected the armed forces. Can you imagine, we didn't even have woolen clothing when we were pushed into the hills. Aircraft was not allowed to operate. We could have taken on China, at least we had our bases. So he messed up the whole thing and we paid a heavy price for it. But we learned from those things. If we hadn't have that, then maybe Pakistan in 65 would have had a better and easier time. This is history, unfolds like that. But it's the political people who don't want it, the Congress mainly, who don't want to let the public know the brute facts of that failure and debacle, which we paid the price, armed forces paid the price for.